spins on its axis. Depending on where you are, the speed varies. If you're in Rio de Janeiro, the Earth is moving 955 miles an hour. And Bernie, why is that significant?
Because it is. And Rio, formerly the capital of Brazil, it is now Brasilia, but these cariocas, as they call themselves in Rio, are very much aware that they are the center of attention. And right in the middle of them all, Charles Iwi.
You know why, Bernie and Judy, they call them cariocas? It's an Indian phrase meaning white houses. Those are the white houses that the Portuguese explorers built right here on the beach in Copacabana when they explored and discovered Brazil 500 years ago. This is the 500th anniversary of Brazil, and you can see part of the crowd of at least 3 million people on the beach here at Copacabana, one of the famed beaches of the world. Of course, they're dressed all in white as part of that carioca tradition dating back. A lot of people have been going into the surf. You can see down in the distance carrying flowers, tossing flowers into the surf. This is part of the mysticism surrounding this culture, which is a mix of Indian, Portuguese, and African cultures. This is a 70 to 80% Catholic country, but there are a lot of people here who observe some of the mysticism and some of the cult traditions, and this is part of that. They are tossing flowers into the water, sprinkling champagne on the beach, in offering gifts to La Manja. She is the goddess of the sea, the so-called queen of the sea. Less than a half hour now. In fact, just a little bit more than 25 minutes to midnight here. And when midnight hits, there's expected to be a spray of fireworks, 20,000 fireworks in all, as the sky lights up here over Rio. Now, there are a lot of tourists here, in addition to millions of Brazilians. In fact, in addition to the 3 million Brazilians here on Copacabana Beach, there are about 2 million more at other beaches nearby. Lots of tourists. These two fellas are from Canada.
Yes, sir. My name is Mark Zanetti. Kyle Murdoch.
What do you think of the celebration?
I think it's phenomenal. I mean, the mass amount of people, the firework display that will be happening very shortly is supposed to be incredible. Very happy to be here.
Any thoughts about the millennium and being here in Rio for the millennium?
Oh, it's very peaceful. I've heard lots of rumors about being, people being robbed and whatnot, but it's nothing like that. Everybody's very friendly. Everybody's getting along. It's a great time.
And these people are from Atlanta. What are you doing down in Rio?
We're with Delta Airlines crew and had a 3-day layover. It's been excellent.
So it's not too bad, right?
No, it's the best.
Yeah, if you got to work for the millennium, this is the way to go. This is unbelievable.
A lot of people enjoying Rio. The weather here, it is summertime. It'll be this way for a number of months. They've been building toward this millennium celebration for more than 3 years now. No Y2K worries. But people here, frankly, don't care about Y2K. They haven't cared about Y2K for many months here. They're more intent on having a good time and having a good party here. And that's what's going on. They'll be on the beach probably for most of the night. We've been watching people stay on this beach for most of the last 2 or 3 nights in particular. There you see more people going down to the water. This is sort of a combination of Carnival, that famous Rio tradition, and the mysticism and the reverence that they give the new year. This is Charles Iwi reporting live from Rio de Janeiro. Bernie and Judy, back to you.
Charles, is the scene the same at Ipanema Beach?
Much the same, Bernie, at Ipanema, which is just a few miles away from us here. A little bit more subdued. The main concentration is right here on Copacabana. This is where the thrust of it is. There are 4 stages filled with musicians. A lot of samba music tonight, a lot of dancing going on, and a lot of partying.
Okay, Charles Iwi. Charles indicating that there's no concern or fears about Y2K down there in Rio. And apparently...
And there had been earlier, but the Brazilian government is saying everything's going to be fine.
But apparently there is a lot of hot contention. A lot of hot contention about whether or not this indeed is the millennium as we orbit the globe.
That's right. Arthur Clarke, who's been interviewed at some length here today on CNN, is one of the main proponents of saying we're all wasting our time. We really ought to be celebrating 12 months from now, because the end of the year 2000 is when the new millennium really begins.
Well, we're going to take a look at the fuss and what it's all about very, very shortly.
And we leave you now, though, with pictures of what it looked like when midnight struck in Beijing, when the Chinese welcomed in the new millennium.